Hello and welcome to another one of D's ADD videos. Today we're going to be looking at this example of integration. And we're going to illustrate how to use the technique of integration by parts, the basic thought process, and the steps. Alright, so let's get into it. First thing you should do is you should say to yourself, well, what do I have in my bag of tricks of integration? Well, for u substitution to be possible with the ln, I need an x in the denominator. And since there is no x in the denominator, you can't do u substitution. So then you say to yourself, okay, what else do I have in my arsenal of integration? Well, I have integration by parts. And integration by parts allows me to break this up into two different parts and assign them to parts of a formula. How do I assign these two different parts, namely u and dv? And from those two, how do I calculate your du and your v? So there's a little acronym that allows you to assign values to u. And this acronym is ILATE. Some people have heard other versions of this where the L comes first. It doesn't really matter because you rarely will get a problem that has both of these terms in it. And ILATE is easier to remember than the other version, so I choose this version. Now, what does it stand for? How does it help us? Well, ILATE stands for inverse trig, logarithmic, algebraic, trigonometric, or exponential. Inverse trig is going to be the favorite for you. Exponential is going to be the least favorite. What do I have in my problem? Well, I've got an x. An x is an algebraic term and a logarithm. So for u, logarithm comes before algebraic, so u will be my ln term. Everything left becomes your dv. So if u is ln x, x dx becomes your dv. Now what do? Well, we have to calculate our du and v. So the way we do that is we derive and integrate. The derivative of ln box is derivative of box over box. So that would be 1 over x dx. And the integral of this side will be just add 1. If there's nothing there, there's an understood 1 to be there. 1 plus 1 is 2 over 2, x squared over 2. You don't need a plus c here. At the very end, if there are no bounds, you do, but not at this stage of it. Now we plug into our wonderful formula. We've got our terms. U, which was our ln x, dv, which was our x dx. The integral of that is going to equal uv minus the integral of v du. If you set up the table the way I did, it forms a greater than sign, but all you do is plug and chug. So let's plug in, see what happens. So u and v multiplied, and I put the v first so I didn't get tempted to multiply x squared times x, but 2 times 3 is still 3 times 2. They both equal 6. You can multiply in any order and still get the same answer. Minus the integral of v du. Now we have to integrate this portion of it. Don't forget your algebra skills. Just because you are a calculus student, you can cancel these. Or if you want to be proper about it, you've got an exponent on top and bottom. They're being divided, so two like bases being divided, you subtract their exponents, so there's an understood 1 to be there, so 2 minus 1. Either way, you're going to end up with the x. The 2 is on the bottom, so we bring it out as a 1/2, and now we can integrate x dx. Alright, this part came down, the integral of x dx, x squared over 2 when we did that. So you add 1 to the exponent and divide by the same thing, and you're going to get this answer here, which then you can multiply to get this final answer. Alright, so that's integration by parts in a nutshell. This should be your second big gun after u substitution. If you can't do any algebraic, trigonometric manipulation, then you try u sub first. If that doesn't work, in this case we didn't have the x in the denominator with the ln, so then we tried integration by parts. Now don't let them fool you. Sometimes they won't even give you the x. It'll just be an ln x dx. Well, in that scenario, u still would be ln x, dv would just be dx. dv would equal dx, and the integral of dx is just x. All right? So they try to get you, but if you keep practicing these problems, you'll figure out that it's just a little game, and and you can win that game. Just keep practicing. I hope I've cleared up any doubts you might have, enough for you to practice some problems. Check out the intermediate and advanced videos as well. As always, practice, practice, practice. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.